guys, welcome back to my channel, Nails on a Dime. I'm Janiah and I'm back again with another video. So today I'm going to be talking about the real reason why I don't have a job and the reasons why I quit school. So I had a comment in the comments. It was a real reason because she's in the same position that I was in. So I'm going to keep it short, simple, and sweet, and we just going to jump right. I feel like that was a good jump right in. Okay. So the first thing, when I was young, I don't know how to word it, but when I was younger, I wanted to be a fashion designer. Like, I bought the sewing machine to be a fashion designer. I was trying to make clothes and yeah, I think you know how that went. So I was like, okay, that's not it. So then I wanted to do hair. I bought the hair. I tried braiding my own hair. I tried braiding my sister's hair. That wasn't it. So that was not for me. Then I was into modeling. I even got signed to ACRYLIC modeling agency in Atlanta. I don't know, like, it just really wasn't but my main priority at that very moment. So I just pretty much didn't sign again and kind of just went my own way. Then I started doing nails, and when I did nails for the very first time, like, it was not for me. Like, I did it on my sister. Like, they were ugly, y'all, ugly. I did them on myself. They were ugly. Like, they did not last. They popped off. I'm like, bro, this is too much, y'all. It's too much, man. So I'm like, this is not for me. So I just went and I just stuck with the healthcare, because when I was younger, I've always wanted to be a doctor. I went from wanting to be a neurosurgeon in elementary school to wanting to become an anesthesiologist in middle and high school. So pretty much, like, that was like my main focus. I was taking healthcare classes in high school, just, yeah. So pretty much, like, my whole surrounding was healthcare. You know, my family's from the West Indies, so they want, you know, for you to be better than what they have. And pretty much being a doctor was like, oh, she's gonna be the first doctor in the family, like, da, 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 da. So it was like a very big deal. So that was pretty much like, I was doing it for myself and for them in a sense. So I pretty much went all through middle school and high school, not doing nails, not touching nails, and just doing healthcare, just focusing on healthcare. I actually ended up attending Valdosta State University for biology. So I have my books, I'm studying, and I'm thinking, you know, like, I understand it. And to get a test and to get it back and see you got a 30, like, you know how that, like, messes with you? So it's like, bruh, this is not for me. Like, I just feel like nothing's for me at this point. So I'm going to labs. I started skipping classes because I just had motivation to even, I didn't want to learn it. I don't want to do this. Like, it just was not for me. Eventually, around this time, I would say it was about around October, I was just having a lot of, like, the second guesses, like, is biology for me? You know what I'm saying? Do I really want to go to school, do this for the rest of my life? You know what I'm saying? Pretty much around this time too, like, I had my very first credit card. I pretty much acted on my credit card because I had no money. So yeah, I'm the type, I can't ask my family for nothing. I have to do it myself. I don't want nothing, you know, to come back in return, like, oh, you owe me this, you owe me that. Like, I'm gonna just do it myself. So pretty much, like, in college, I was just struggling, like, financially, always broke. And I hate that broke feeling, because before I even went to college, I was working a job and I always had money. So going to college and not having a job and being broke, like, pretty much, like, hit me like, sis, you broke. You broke. And you maxed out your credit card and you broke. You even broker. You in debt now at this point. So I'm like, what can I do? So I'm sitting here talking to my boyfriend about what could I possibly do? And he was just like, why don't you just do nails? And I remember being on the front lawn at Valdosta, and I'm just like, well, I don't know. And it's like 10 at night, and I'm just sitting there on the front lawn, just through horn. Like, I'm just going through it mentally. I don't know what that next step in my life is. Like, I just don't know. So I don't know. Like, it was just like do it, sit. I can't snap, y'all. I can't snap. But it's like, oh, just do it. Like, just do it. Like, you'll never know, like, unless you try. So I went and I started a business. Pretty much like that was like the basis of my nail journey, just the nail by Naya. Pretty much learning, taking clients for free, and just practicing. I do have another video on my channel pretty much with the details of how to start your business in college, but that was one of the best decisions I've ever made. I went from having no clients to being booked like a month ahead. And this is pretty much like that point where, you know, like if I'm getting all these bookings, maybe I am pretty good. Like maybe I am pretty great. And looking back at my work from back in high school and middle school, and I'm like, yo, this is not it. And looking back to my work now, it's like I really did make improvements. So maybe this could be it. So pretty much this was around the time. This is like fast forward all the way into May. I'm taking bookings, taking appointments. Around March. This is when COVID came out and classes went online, and I just lost all motivation for school. I don't want to do this school. I don't want to do nothing with school. So I even DM my manager. I worked at Popeyes, y'all. So I DM my manager to come back to Popeyes, and I ended up unsending the message because I don't know, like for me, I want to be an entrepreneur and I want to be self-employed. And the only way for me to fully be like that entrepreneur that I want to be, I have to challenge myself. And by me going to get a job, I just feel like I'm failing myself in a sense. Like you just told yourself you're not going to work another 9 to 5, you're going to be your own boss, but yet you're going to get another 9 to 5. For me, is I'm going to find a way. So if I don't have a job and I don't have that money, I'm gonna find a way to make that money. So I just feel like that's just a challenge for me to grind harder than what I'm already doing. So I just couldn't go get another job. And even now, like I just be thinking about like, you know, I need to get a job. But then I'm like, no sis, like you gonna sit there and push harder with your business to where you don't need to get a job anymore. So to where you don't need to say that anymore. So that's why I'm pretty much doing what I am now. Okay, so around this whole COVID thing, pretty much a lot of people been having like wake up calls, or you know, just waking up and realizing like this whole college, this whole job 9 to 5 is a scam. Well, for me it's a scam. I just don't feel like you need to go to school to live a good life and to sit there and work a 9 to 5 all the way to your 60, 70 something to then live your life now, like at that moment. Like, what sense does that make? Like, what sense does that make? Like, I don't know, yeah. I just feel like you don't need school to be successful, and I'm gonna prove it. Like, I'm gonna show it. So pretty much, like, I was just in the crosshairs again about, do I drop out of school or do I go back to school? Do I drop out of school and do something that I love, or do I go to school and do something that I could live with, but be financially stable and know that you're set for life? Because with being an entrepreneur, that's a risk that you have to take. Like you could be broke for like the next 6 years, but if you go to school, you know, for a doctor at least, you're guaranteed a job. I think like you'll be guaranteed a job. I would think you're guaranteed with a job, but with nails you're not. So pretty much I was just going back and forth, just, and at this moment too, like I was just talking to God. Like, God, I just need a sign. Like, tell me what it is that I need to do. Like, what is my next step? And when I get this sign, I want it to be known. I don't want it to be like, oh, well, this was a sign, but I don't know if it really was a sign. Maybe it was a sign, but maybe it wasn't a sign. Like, I would be like, no, this is that sign. So I pretty much, like, around this time too, like, I was building my relationship back with God, because I knew, like, I could not do this without God, especially, like, stepping away from the matrix and whatever we got going on, the government wants you to do, and being your own individual and your own person and thinking for yourself. Like, you need to have somebody there with you to push you through it. And that was what I chose, who I chose to go along this journey with. So at this time, I'm just praying. I'm praying every day on my knees, praying, like, what do I do? Like, do I stay in school? Do I do nails? Do I stay in school? Do I do nails? And that sign that I was given was the idea to start a nail supply. I'm like, sis, why don't you just start a nail supply? Why would you start a nail supply though? Like, why would you want to start a nail supply? I don't know, but I just had this urge. Like, I got my refund check from school and I just spent that whole check on inventory. I'm like, look, I'm gonna do this. My nail supply is gonna be up there with Nail by John, Royalty Nail Supply, with Glam and Glitz. Like, it's going to be there. Bleaching, that's fine, y'all. Go ahead and follow it and support my business. But I'm gonna get there. I'm going to get there, and that's just that on that. So I pretty much started my nail supply business, and I wanted to come with a unique and different approach to everything. You know, like I said, with the whole, hear my phone go with this deleting, not wanting to record. So I gotta, think about what I said last. But so pretty much I decided like around COVID time that I was not going to continue with school. I was just gonna give myself 1 year, y'all, 1 year to work this out. If at the end of the year I decide that I want to go back to school, then at least I tried, and I took that year out to see if this was for me, and it wasn't at this moment in time. So I'm gonna continue to go back to school. But if the end of the year comes and I feel like this is what I want to do, and I feel like there's a lot of potential with it, I'm gonna go ahead and stay out of school and just focus that full time. So pretty much that's what happened at the end of the year. I decided that I wanted to go to college school. Them loans had to be paid off, girl. Like after you've been out of school for a long time, like they're gonna start charging you, and I'm still broke. So I had to go back to school, whether it was college or beauty school. So I decided that I wanted to enroll into Georgia Career Institute, which is around the corner from my house, and I'm pretty much attending school there. I pretty much did my nail room. What else? I teach one-on-ones. I do group classes. I do nail tutorials on YouTube. I do nail tutorials on TikTok, on my Instagram. I have a nail talk educational page. I have my nail supply page, and I'm working on other things as far as business, because I told myself like I am not going to go back into the system, the 9-to-5 system, go to school to get a good life and stuff like that. So I'm looking into investing, real estate, and just being my own entrepreneur, and breaking generational curses, and just living my best fucking life, living my best life on my own, and being my own boss. So pretty much like the question was, what was the real reason? And that real reason was me finding out my passion, and this is what I really want to do. Also, around the time of me starting my nail supply business, I was watching a lot of Steve Harvey. I'm talking fast because I know my phone's gonna say that there's no storage, so I'm gonna just go ahead and just speed this up. So I was pretty much watching Steve Harvey, and he was talking about gifts and your passion.
I know a lot of people got degrees, man, they ain't even using it. It's your gift. But the only way for you to soar is you got to jump. You got to take that gift that's packed away on your back. You got to jump off that cliff and pull that cord. That gift opens up and provides the soar. If you don't ever use it, you're gonna just go to work. And if you're getting up going to work on a job every day that you hate going to, that ain't living, man. You just existed. At one point in time, you ought to see what living's like.
So pretty much, me to you is to just see if this is something that you find yourself happy doing. Like I could sit here and do nails all day, and in my head while I'm working on clients, I'm like, right, like this is so relaxing. Like I feel at peace. Like I am so happy. Like just the thoughts, like just doing nails, and you just thinking about like what I'm gonna do tomorrow. Like it's just like relaxing in a sense. So I could pretty much do nails all day and I'll be fine. Versus me going to school and being in chemistry, and it's just like, yeah, this is not for me. Like I don't get it. I don't have no interest in learning about cells and what I'm saying, like the chemical compounds of atoms. Like I don't like yeah. Anyways, so I pretty much found out that this was my passion. So for you, just ask yourself if this is something that you're willing to take the risk for. Are you willing to be broke before you take off? Are you willing to take that risk and just take that risk? Are you willing to take that risk for nails? Is this something that you find so much passion in and you're genuinely happy doing it? If not, then just continue to do school, just finish school and maybe start nails afterwards. If you honestly don't know and you're religious, ask God for guidance. Ask God for guidance. God is not going to bring you this far in life or put that thought in your head for him not to answer it, okay? So, period. So pretty much, just take a semester off, take a year off, or if you're confident, take this as a sign to just start that business, put school on back hold. You can always go back to school. Like, there's no time frame of when you need to be in school and finish school. Like, you know what I'm saying? This generation is not the same as the generation in the past. We breaking norms, y'all. We breaking norms, breaking, standards and stuff like that. So I don't care what nobody thinks about me dropping out of school. It's my decision for myself. And I'm not gonna be, slaving all the way up till I'm 70 years old just to get some retirement check to then live my life when I could do that now and be my own boss. So y'all, this is pretty much it for this video. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, concerns. Let me know what y'all think. Do y'all feel the same way? Do y'all think how I think? Or do you think that you're just gonna stay in school? Do you feel like this is the sign for you to drop out? I wanna know. I wanna know. So pretty much that's it for this video, y'all. I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.